Today's topic is of real interest to a lot of folks because there are a lot of misconceptions when people talk about high availability. A lot of IT teams think that just because they are running it in AWS or Azure or whatever cloud they prefer, their applications are automatically highly available. Now, is that true or is that wrong? If that is wrong, why?
I think that's part of the picture. Um, the systems, the virtual machines, the infrastructure that's hosted in the cloud is highly available. It's managed by the cloud. However, you also need availability in the cloud. While AWS or your cloud provider is responsible for your storage devices, the hardware for the virtual machines, you're ultimately responsible for your applications and the applications that run upon your services in the cloud. And so high availability is something that is a joint effort. You have to work with your cloud provider to make sure that your services, or I'm sorry, your infrastructure is available, but you also have to take your own step forward to providing the resilience of applications within the cloud. Um, and that requires an application-aware failover mechanism, application-aware disaster recovery, um, and that persists whether you're running on-prem or in the cloud. Um, one way or another, you still have to make sure those applications are running, accessible, and serving the purpose that you have set for them.
So, if cloud providers delivering resilient infrastructure, where does the responsibility gap exist? What are IT teams missing when they assume the cloud's got them covered?
So suppose I'm hosting a database in the cloud. Um, the systems that I'm running that database upon, suppose I'm using AWS Azure. The virtual machine that I'm running that database upon, AWS Azure, my cloud provider, they're going to make sure that that virtual machine is available. However, just because that machine is operational doesn't mean that my database is actually running upon that machine. There could have been an application level crash. There could have been a drive filling up with data, and that's preventing my application from running at its full capacity. So, in that gap, I'm ultimately responsible for making sure that my database is running upon the infrastructure that the cloud has provided.